I've got to believe there has never been a more powerful piece of technology that is conforming people to the pattern of this world than these smartphones. It is very difficult to hear the voice of God when every discretionary quiet moment in your life is filled with doom scrolling. It's just filled with visual clutter. It's like the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, Jesus said in John 10. And I've come that you may have life. Well, the reality is the enemy is stealing our time, killing our joy, and destroying our relationships, you know? And really, it's all through what has become a digital appendage. It's attached to us all the time. Most people, 91% of people have their phone with them all the time. Yep. That means that the last thing they look at before they go to sleep and the first thing they reach for when they wake up in the morning is this smartphone.
So can I put a pause in that?
Yes.
I'm going to bring you back to 1984. 1984, Lisa and I, our job was to take care of the guest speakers that came to our church. And our church was one of the most well-known churches in the United States. So we had every well-known speaker in the world coming. One of them was a man named Dr. Lester Summerall. Mm-hmm. Now, Dr. Lester Summerall was probably one of the most feared ministers. Like, remember when Samuel came to town, everybody trembled?
Yeah.
When Dr. Summerall came to town, everybody trembled. Well, for some reason, he just loved me. Now, you got to remember, I'm in my mid-20s.
Everyone loves you, John.
No.
I
wish that's not true. So anyway, he just said to me one day, he said, because he was coming in a couple times a year, he said, I want to have breakfast with you and your wife tomorrow morning. I said, sure, Dr. Summerall. So we went to the hotel and we went down to the restaurant, and he's sitting there and he says to Lisa, because Lisa at that time was working for Elizabeth Arden Makeup Company and she's a rep for 8 states. He goes, Lisa, you want to know what I would have done if I wasn't in ministry? She goes, what? He goes, I would have been a perfumer. And he goes, I got the nose for it. And Lisa and I are like, oh my gosh. So he really opened up with us that breakfast. And at that breakfast, he said, God has shown me things that are going to happen in the future. And he said, one of the things that God's shown me is I see a day coming when people are going to hold a box in their hand and their life is going to be run by that little box in their hand.
Stop it.
This is 1984. We didn't even have cell phones. We didn't have flip phones. We didn't have anything.
Wow.
Okay, and we thought, oh, bless his heart, he's off his rocker, he's missed it, you know. But yet, do you know what they just did? I think it was either Time Magazine or one of the major universities just did a poll. Over 164 million Americans. So we're talking about over 50% of the Americans' population. Their number one thing they deal with is anxiety.
Yeah.
Why anxiety? Because of everything they're getting out of here. This is running their life. The anxiety is what's running their life. Okay, I wanted to put a pause on that because I want everybody to hear how important what you're saying is and why I really am excited about you being on this program. So continue.
Yeah, well, so the latest research has found the general population of Americans, so 92% of Americans have a smartphone. So general population, 5 to 7 hours a day. Teenagers, 7 to 9 hours a day screen time.
That's crazy.
I mean,
9-hour day. People don't even want to work 8 hours. But go ahead.
It's bonkers.
9 hours a day.
9 hours a day. You got to ask yourself, what is that doing to people? What is it doing to their social intelligence? What is it doing to their comparison? You know, Romans 12 talks about, do not conform to the pattern of this world. I've got to believe there has never been a more powerful piece of technology that is conforming people to the pattern of this world than these smartphones.